Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for joining me for our first in this week's stamp set of the week, filled with cheer. So we are going back to Christmas after the daisies of last week. So it is this beautiful stamp set you can see before you. It has 8 stamps in total. Now it's an online stamp set, so if you haven't seen it in the catalogue, that is why. If, however, you purchased Filled with Fun stamp set previously in the year, you will find there's a couple of things on here that match up with them. So let me bring in my what I normally do on a Monday, and that is to stamp out everything. So as I say, there are 8 stamps, 3 sentiments, to you and yours, a warm hello, sending loads of Christmas cheer. And then we've got 2 main stamps. We have this snowman here, and she says, and we have these Christmas presents, and I suppose that's a poinsettia there. So you've got 3 Christmas presents and 2 plants. You have a string of lights. We have the cart and the wheel. So these 3 which I have highlighted, these are the 3 that you've Filled with Fun dies will cut out. So whereas previously the Filled with Fun was bunting, we've now got the Christmas lights, and then you've got the carriage and the wheels, or the cart and the wheels, that fit on this one as well as the one previously. Okay, so let's put that aside. So this is the card that we have just seen. And that I am going to make a version of this one. It's not identical. Okay, so bear with me. Literally all I did was stamped it in Memento Black and coloured it in. And that is literally what that is. The cardstock was 8 by 5 3/4, and the white card base is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So I thought today, or this morning, this evening, where am I? I thought this evening we would step it up just slightly. So what I've got are as follows. I have one piece of cardstock which measures 3 by 3 1/2. That's 3 inches by 3 1/2. I then have my white cardstock which measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have my piece of Azure Afternoon, which measures 8 inches by 5 3/4, and I've scored it at the 4-inch mark. Right, so what I'm going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the larger of the 2 pieces of white, and we're actually going to pop it into a embossing folder. So the one I've got here is dotted circles. There is snowfall one, which I don't have at the moment, and there is wood effect, and so there's quite a few that you could possibly use. So what you need to do is pop it into your folder like so. It goes on to your thickest base plate, and then this needs to go over the top, and you pop it through the cut and emboss machine, and it comes out looking like this. So as you can see, it's lots and lots of circles, or dots going in a circle. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with that one. Then I'm going to take the smaller of the 2 pieces of white card, and I'm going to stamp on it. So I've got my snowman and my Memento Black ink, so I'm going to ink him up. And I've got the sentiment as well, so probably need to do the sentiment first. Makes sense, wouldn't it? So what you're going to do is you're going to put the sentiment as low down as possible on your piece of card. So let's get that there. So as far down as possible. There we go. And then we are going to stamp this on the top. There we go. And then all that is left to do on this is to colour him in, which in my True But of Peter moment I keep saying my true Blue Peter moment, but if you didn't ever watch Blue Peter, you would never know what I was going on about. Basically, it was a children's program in the 70s, and I think it carried on to quite late in the 90s, where they used to do arts and crafts, and because they didn't have a lot of time, they would prep something and they would say, right, this is what you need to do, and here's one we did earlier. So this is my version. Okay, so now what I've got is I'm going to layer my dotted circles onto my card base, and I'm going to use my multi-purpose, because then what I'm hoping to do is get through. That's it. It should pick up and make it easier to stick down. So if it's anything like that, I always prefer to use the multi-purpose than the stamp and seal that I generally use. Okay, so that's going into there. Okay, just hold it down for a couple of seconds, and then you can see that is stuck down well and truly. Then I have this piece which I've obviously coloured in. Now I have two options. I can stick it down like that, or I have the Azure Afternoon ink, and I can tap it, the smaller of the white pieces, the snowman, tap it into my ink like so, and this will give the card just a slight edging. There we go. And then it will make it pop when it sits on the white card like so. Hopefully straight. And for this one, actually I think I prefer that. It sort of got lost. For this one I'm actually going to use my dimensionals, and on this one I'm going to put one in each corner, and then one in the middle. And then we can just take the backings off of those. Oh, she says, hold that down. There we go. That's that one. And then the last one. Come on, off you come. Thank you. Right. And then let's see where we can put that straight in the middle. Okay. So that gives it the pop, because you've got the edging and you've also got a bit of dimension here. Now the only other thing we can do is to put a layer inside the card to fit in there. So obviously we can leave it plain like so, or if you wanted to, you could re-ink up the picture, pop it into the bottom right hand corner like so. There we go. And then without colouring it in, unless of course you really want to, we can layer it inside the card base, and for that I will use the stamp and seal. So let's turn that over. So a very quick card, even though I embossed it. So there we go. I gave it a slight stamped up version. So that is the card we just created, and this is the original. So very similar, but slightly different, if you know what I mean. There we go, got them both on the camera. Lovely. So I am back on Wednesday with a more in-depth card, shall we say, and not using the snowman. So do join me then if you are available. I'd love to catch up with you. Whatever you do for the rest of today and the week, take care and hope to catch up with you soon.